One of the things I think is really interesting about your writer's room, or I guess it's kind of like a policy for the Onion, was the no names, no credit policy. Can you explain like what that is and why it worked so well?
Yeah, so the two guys who founded The Onion, Tim Keck and Chris Johnson, in the first year, they were kind of on the track to make themselves sort of like celebrities, comedy celebrities in their own newspaper, much like Doug Kinney had done in the Harvard Lampoon, much like a lot of the artists and editors did at Mad Magazine. And it was a mistake. And I knew it was a mistake. And I tried to tell them that. And when I bought it from them after a year, they sold it to me a year after starting it up. I decided no names. So the reason I did that was because I saw how when somebody like Doug Kinney left the National Lampoon, everybody noticed and everybody was like, oh, it's not going to be funny anymore. And like it really hurt. And the worst example of that was Spy Magazine, when Spy Magazine got sold to some rich investor. And everybody knew that he didn't keep Graydon Carter and Kurt Anderson, the two geniuses who founded it, on staff. And so everybody was like, you know, given up on Spy Magazine. And it went out of business like within a year. Like everybody knew. So I wanted The Onion to be the brand that survived because people knew and loved the brand, not any individual people associated with the brand. And so that was a huge detriment to me because I had this chance to build my own platform and couldn't take it because I was just as anonymous as everybody else. I would occasionally do media or interviews, but I would also send other writers out to do media and interviews. So keep the world confused about, who's in charge, who's running this thing, whatever the case. And it worked because in 2012, when The Onion moved its offices from New York to Chicago, there was a big schism and a lot of the New York writers didn't want to move and they revolted and we lost like 80% of our staff. And it was such a blip in the news world of Onion fans, like nobody ever knew because nothing changed with the Onion. And if we had gone that route of making celebrities out of writers, that would have been a disaster. The Onion would not have survived that.